All right, so this is a video. It was on the Classic WoW subreddit. I'll take a look at it, and we'll see what they have to say.
Alright boys, quick, concise, no BS. We're going to be going over the leeway mechanic in this video.
Okay.
I will tell you exactly what the leeway mechanic is if you're wondering what the hell it is. I will tell you, do not worry about that. We're going to give a demonstration on it as well with my main man, Leeway here, aptly named. And then I will tell you and give you my thoughts on whether or not I think it should be changed, how it's going to change the meta, etc, 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 etc. Alright, so Leeway, what is Leeway? Well, if two players are in PvP combat and both players are moving, what will happen is the game will give you extra range on your melee attacks and your melee abilities. I will demonstrate that right now. I'll go into base melee range, which is going to be about here.
Okay.
Let's move back a little bit just to make sure. Yeah, I was in perfect melee range. There we go. So I'm slicing away at my main man, Leeway here. This
Sounds
is
good.
The base melee range on an orc. It will be increased on tour, and I will show that later. Now, if I move backwards, I cannot attack my friend here.
Right.
It's impossible to attack my friend, right? I'm outside of melee range, yes? That's how... I'm not going to say that's how it should be, but this isn't melee range. However, if I start moving, I start strafing here, the game thinks I'm moving and it activates the leeway mechanic. Of course, I am moving.
Nice.
So as you can see, I am now slicing from across the equator. I can, of course, use my Raptor Strike as well.
This is awesome.
Fine. There you go. So here's my max range now.
Fuck
with the
yeah.
leeway. It's going to be about at this plant here. This end plant here. This is your new range. I don't know what I'd say that is. Probably about 8 yards, maybe just over 8 yards.
This is great.
Alright, so we're on the Tauren right now, swapped over, and we're going to show them base melee range on the Tauren. It's going to be around about here, which is between these two plants, so just underneath where I was on the...
This is amazing.
This has been confirmed by Blizzard as, you know, ironically, quote-unquote, Blizz-like. To have Taurens with a bigger hitbox, that's completely fine. Bigger melee range, you've got an extra couple yards there.
Wow.
Right? But now the crazy thing here is, if I start to move backwards a little bit, my leeway should activate from around about here. As you can see, I'm hitting from literally the other side of the world. I can even Raptor Strike, and there you go, boom. This is your new melee range. As a Tauren, if both players are moving. So if you're chasing off someone on a Tauren warrior,
that's
Tauren,
great,
whatever the hell
dude.
it is, as long as it's melee and some other guy's trying to escape, some poor priest over is trying to run away
Holy
from you.
shit.
You are not getting away, mate. You are going to be visiting that graveyard pretty soon if I'm slicing you from over
This
here.
is amazing.
Like, this is insane, okay? Now, my Warstomp range is 8 yards.
Okay.
8 yards. If you guys have played World of Warcraft for a long period of time, you know that this is probably not 8 yards. We're going to show you right now that it is definitely not 8 yards. So you're literally hitting with your ACOG scope Tauren weapon.
This is
I
amazing.
don't know what that is. 10 yards, 11 yards. But to be honest, I think we also have to look into the past as well.
Dude,
like,
this is the
Blizzard have
Tauren meta
historically
right
made
here.
concessions to accommodate for new technology in other areas. You know, like the ability to house more than 2,500 people on one server. That's not going to be a server cap
shit,
anymore. That was
dude.
a technological limitation back in the day. So this is pretty much an outdated mechanic in my opinion. You know, we're not all lining up with our Microsoft ball mice waiting to connect via dial-up.
Wow.
This is essentially emulating server lag, which we don't need to do anymore. But I should clarify though, right? While no changes is a fantastic notion,
Cookie Cutter,
failing to adapt the game to
$200. Thank
modern
you.
Technologies will actually deliver a
Dude,
vast...
Cookie Cutter, thank you so much for the $200, man. Holy shit. Thank you, dude. Time to roll a Tauren warrior. I mean, they've got really long arms, I guess. I mean, that's pretty much the only way that this can make sense. This is insane. I love it. I didn't even know this was the thing.
different vanilla experience than what I think you guys are expecting or hoping for.
Wow.
Like mechanics such as Leeway that were put in place to provide a smoother gameplay experience with the less stable internet connections of the time will nowadays just serve as a mechanic that waters down the skill cap. I mean, back in the day you had people on, I think it's ASDL, ADSL connections which were like 0.5 megabyte download. It was insane. But I mean, I'm in Ratchet, stuck to the ground right now. We're not on Mass Effect sitting on the moon with a sniper rifle. So from a balance perspective, this completely nerfs anything that isn't melee and just waters down any sort of like frame perfect positioning based gameplay. And I do...
Wait, so was this actually in... Was Leeway in the game in Vanilla WoW? I mean, I was pretty shitty back then. So I don't even know. So it was in the game. So then what's the problem? Like, I mean, if it was in the game, then... Like, wouldn't removing it be a change? I mean, because that's like a functional change, just to compensate for lag. Yeah? No, I understand, but like,
I do think it should be tuned because this is just way too strong in my opinion, and it's... I mean, look at this. This is completely outside the 8-yard range.
This is fucking
insane.
ridiculous.
But, you know, let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you think it should be changed. Let me know if you think it's completely fine. Let me know if you think we should adapt. You know, whatever it is, of course, all we can is just shoot opinions and see what happens.
Okay.
So yeah, just for reference, we've jumped on the nice testicle race, which is a universal hitbox, of course, shared with all the other races.
No change is going to kill Vanilla.
Which I explained earlier. I think I explained it earlier anyway, but here we go. This is max melee range on the gnome.
I don't know. Like, what do you guys think about this? This is actually interesting.
Here, which is where the orc Leeway started activating. I can start slicing away from here.
Yeah, this is really interesting. You can't dead zone warriors anymore?
Let me know what you guys think.
Okay, so because it was in the game back then, McConnell, what do you think about this? I'm curious.
Seems fine to me.
I mean, it was in the game. Like, at the end of the day, it was in the game. And it's like, was it like part of the intent of the game? I don't know. As melee, who cares? Well, I mean, it's kind of a big thing. You notice because the internet was fuck awful back then? I didn't notice because I was too busy looking down at my keyboard so I know which numbers to push. Or sorry, click. Or no, I was looking down at my action bars, clicking all my abilities. Yeah, of course I didn't notice how close I was to somebody else. I had no idea. Does anyone listen? Wait, what's this here? Is this on why it was in the game? Why it wasn't then? No, I understand. It was in the game to accommodate for lag, right? I mean, that's basically it. Lag and bad internet connections. So it's
like, link the video?
Yeah, sure. I'll link the video. Just a second. Let me link it here. There you go. There's the video. Keep in mind it can be used against you. Well, anything can be used against you, right? I mean, that's the way that it goes. Does this also affect the hunter range for shooting? That's a good question. I don't know. Let's see. Plenty of people had cable internet back in 2005. I guess so. Range players mad. Hunters are fucked. It dead zones hunters from 12 yards. I bet they're not. I wonder if I wonder if they're gonna fix that, because it does seem pretty fucking ridiculous that shit's in the game. Like, I'll be honest, it does seem kind of ridiculous. That being said, though, holy shit, that is good for me. That is so fucking good for me. Wow, that is good for me. Like, this is incredible. Like, I'm going to be able to use this. I'll be able to go and do whatever the fuck I want. And I'll be able to auto-attack people from, like, a massive range. We should try that. If somebody can come over here to Gurabashi and I'll duel them, I want to try this out for myself, okay? And, yeah, let's go. Tricking you by moving his camera, then moving forward. No, I've seen the same thing happen before. I mean, it's been observed by too many people for it to be something that you can just kind of expect, won't happen or whatever, right? You understand rogues will garrote you, etc. from across the map? Oh, yeah. No, I mean, like, the thing is that there's nothing really you can do about that, though. Unless they want to get rid of it. And if they want to get rid of it, what about people that do have bad internet connections? What are they going to have to do? I don't know. I mean, really, maybe they could just let it happen. The way that I look at it is that it's more of like, do you want to preserve the game systems exactly the way that they were, or exactly the way that they should have been? And I think this is like more the argument that people had with world buffs, is that world buffs, it's okay. All right, let me try and duel this guy. Okay, just a second. All right, here we go. Let's try this out. Here we go. Take a look. Okay.
Jesus Christ!
This is great, dude. Like, that's amazing. Look at that, dude.
Roll melee.
This classic. Is amazing.
Everybody watching the stream, roll melee.
Oh my god. Here. This is crazy. Bad game. Well, it's like, yeah, what do you even do about something like that? It sucks, dude. Fix for you. Let's see. Casters can shoot through trees. Big rocks and shit. Yeah, but not all trees, right? I mean, only certain trees. But yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure this is unintended. It's got to be unintended. I'm rolling mage for one button spam. Mark Kern said the world buffs and raids isn't an exploit. Yeah, I think it's kind of the same thing as world buffs. Is that, well, actually, no, it's not. But it was the same argument that was used against world buffs and raids. Is that it wasn't intended, but it's the way the game should have been played, right? Because this does, like, kind of trivialize certain things. So, I don't know. I mean, go watch a Pat video. Dude, this is amazing. For the love of God, Blizzard, ditch this shit. It's not 2005. I think that, like...
Pinned. Perplexity pinned that shit.
Well, yeah. I mean, he's a rogue. I mean, he's not going to want to get... Like, dead zone kiting is, like, really important as a rogue. So of course, yeah, this is like a big deal for him. Donut message didn't appear first time, so I'll give you more money. Do DS3 Pyro run no balls. Oh, Dark Souls 3. I don't know about that, man. I'm not really planning on playing Dark Souls again anytime soon, man. Leeway doesn't work when we're backpedaling. Backpedal meta. Oh, that's true, actually. That's very smart. Range should be based on the weapon and modified by race. What are you, a fucking racist? But like, yeah, if you have a polearm, you should be able to attack at a longer range. That's a good point. Yeah, maybe Leeway should only activate for people that are using long axes and swords and polearms. And if you're using a mace, you can't use Leeway. Like, there's like a pixel requirement for the amount of, like, the length of the sword or the axe that allows you to attack that way or not. Yeah, that's what makes sense. No changes? Yeah, quite agree, of course. This is just what makes sense, okay?